Hello, and welcome to the Sports by Compian. My name, of course, is Stephen Compian, joined here by my ever-present co-host, Dan Gill in the house with his Packers sunglasses off a big Packers win. How are you, sir?
I just wish that I was there so I could have seen Cedric's face at the end of that game.
Love it.
I was told by Taylor that he was very happy. He was acting nice, is what the
Oh,
wording was. So
Cedric, showing some maturity there. We are joined here by a very special guest, brother of the show, Manny Bogle himself, in the house. Manny, how are you, sir?
Super, super great. I obviously
We're
can
happy.
afford this wonderful house, so I'm doing great.
Beautiful, man. Manny was actually on one of the earliest episodes of Sports by Company, one of the original lost to bad recording services, Daniel. And it's amazing that we now have him back on as we have continued to grow. In the meantime, Manny, we are huge. Thanks to the subscribers, we are now at 74 subscribers. Just absolutely.
actually,
Wow.
76 just checked it.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
damn.
You see this? We're just
Oh, wow.
absolutely
Big
killing it,
time.
guys. Big time out here. Thank you so much, guys, for sharing this with your friends and family. Please continue to do so. We have an awesome pick 'em episode ahead of us today. The race for number one is tight. Taylor Sites is right in pursuit of our very own Dan Gill. I'm holding up third place. Probably have a lead on Corey, but it's all very tight, Manny. Let's get right into this. You ready, Dan? Bam, off we go. So first one, Thursday Night Football kicks off with the Pittsburgh Steelers hosting the Patriots. I don't know if the Patriots know how to play offense anymore. This is a nice, easy pick for me, Dan. Although the Steelers did lose to the Cardinals last week. It disappointed everybody.
Yeah, definitely bad for Frankie.
Yeah,
But I think they bounce back. I think the bigger piece here is how bad New England is. Like they like even though the Chargers couldn't get anything going, they themselves got
got
nothing
nothing.
going. If you let up 6 points, you should probably win a game, but they couldn't do that. So I think the Steelers defense is good in respect, and Kenny Pickett will probably do what he needs to do.
What do you think about all this, Manny? What's
Oh,
going
yeah.
on with Bill Belichick? Is it over?
I don't know about that, but definitely they forgot how to play football completely. So no faith in the Patriots. I have
Yeah,
very little faith in the Steelers, but slightly more than the
yeah.
Patriots. So I'm
I think
going with
yeah,
the Steelers on this one.
I think everyone's a little apprehensive about the Steelers after last week, but I think they get it together and get back on track. The Frankie's bet will be just fine, but mine is a
Did,
little bit in jeopardy. They really need to win this game.
I just
yours
want to
is in
say,
jeopardy
somebody who's
for
been watching
sure.
football a long time, though, how freaking great is it that both the Patriots and the Steelers suck?
Yeah,
It's been a
I'm
long
here
time
for it.
coming.
I
That's
mean, the
okay with
Patriots.
me.
I mean, the Steelers kind of suck. They're still like around in
Nah,
every playoff. They're still pretty
compared to
good.
what they were dominating for
Yeah,
years and years, every year's the playoffs. Forget it,
sure,
man. I'm over it. So happy to see some other people doing well.
for
Share the
sure.
wealth, man.
Especially the
Now,
Patriots losing. We're all here for it.
Yeah, that's
did
okay.
did you guys see the
Whoa.
Wow, it's
commercial?
infinity. Woo.
Yeah, you changed the tab. Did you see the ad for this Thursday night? Like for the Thursday night game, they had like Kenny Pickett and Bill Belichick because they didn't have like any
That was
Patriots
so
player to
cool.
promote.
Can we go back and do that again real quick? God, that was so cool. Dude, it goes on forever. Look,
This
there's
is
some
gonna
lonely
freak
down
people
there.
out.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
It's
crazy.
that
Streamception.
that's alternate universes down there. I think I could see myself. Oh,
Whoa,
whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa, whoa, man! You're freaking me
Oh,
out.
all right, we gotta get out of here. I'm sorry, Dan. What were you saying about Bill Belichick?
no, I was saying when they were promoting the game last week during last Thursday night's game, that they had Kenny Pickett on the Steelers side of the graphic and they had Bill Belichick on the Patriots side. 'Cause They have no Patriots player to promote.
Exactly.
Oh man,
Exactly.
Like, when was the last time you saw a coach as the centerpiece of an
never.
ad?
Exactly. Oh,
Dude, Rashawn Stevenson just went down too. Like, what? What? Do they even have anybody over there? Christian
who are they going to
Barbell?
even put up there, though? Yeah, it's tough.
Oh, come on, put
Tough
Zappy
times.
up there.
Put Zappy up there.
His barely a quarterback too these days. It's tough.
Anyway, we got to move on from that fiasco to a slightly more interesting game. Tampa Bay Buccaneers travel to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. A lot of people picking the Falcons for this one. I'm picking the Bucs. My reasoning here is we don't typically get swept by our division rivals. The Falcons nibbled out a win at us against home. We should have won that game, but we really, really should have won that game. It's an absolute travesty we didn't. But I think with our backs against the wall, we got to win this game. There's enough veteran leadership. Mike Evans is playing out of his mind. If he just does that again, we'll be okay.
Yeah, I'm going to Atlanta on this one.
God damn it, Dan.
I'm so sorry.
So I'm actually going to do you a favor, Steven. Whatever I pick for the Falcons, they do the opposite. So I'm going to pick the Falcons too. That's going to give you an easy win.
Love it.
Yeah, I mean, like the Falcons putting it together, not that great. No, you're good, man. But I don't know. This is one that I will say I might switch back and forth throughout the week until Sunday morning, because you guys played pretty well in respect with Indy, and Indy's a good team. And, I could see it happening, but also I swear, much like the Titans, every time I pick against the Falcons, they win. So it's like, damned if you do, damned if you don't. So
the Falcons are a hard team to figure out this year. If they had a decent quarterback, they'd be great. But otherwise, I just don't know what they're doing.
You're not wrong. That whole division outside of Carolina, Tampa, Atlanta, New Orleans, they're so hard to pick week in and week out because they're so inconsistent.
Right.
100%. The last thing I'll say about the Bucs with this is hopefully we'll have some linebackers for this game. We literally were down to Ryan Neal at nickel linebacker for us last week. So I think as long as we have some linebackers, we'll be in a much better position, Anyway, sure. Detroit Lions traveling to Chicago. The Bears pulled off an interesting win against the Vikings last week, or was it the week before that?
Week before that.
It was the week before that.
I think the Vikings had a bye. Yeah, the week.
So they were on bye. Okay, so that's why. Okay, anyway. So now they're hosting the Lions. The Lions have shown some chinks in the armor, but I still don't think it's that serious that they're going to lose to the Bears. I mean, it's the Bears.
I mean, but also you got to remember, what was it, a couple of weeks ago when they played each other?
It was close. You're right.
The Bears got out early on them.
Yeah.
And I think they were up 26-14 into the fourth quarter.
Oh yeah, the famous Justin Fields doing the guitar.
Yeah, and then then Detroit scored 17 unanswered to win. So, I mean, if that's any indication, I think it's going to be competitive. I still think Detroit's going to win, but I mean, this might be a pretty competitive one, given how the 3 weeks ago went.
Agreed. Yeah, no, you're right. I'm probably discrediting the Bears more than I should. They probably will put up a good fight, but yeah, like you said, I'm picking Detroit as well.
I mean, me of all people love to discredit the Bears. It's kind of how you have your feelings for the Saints, so it's really hard for me to pick the Bears anyway.
Right.
Being a Packers fan.
I still don't have faith in the Bears. They're going to have to do better as far as I'm concerned. So I'm definitely going Lions. Also, I just kind of believe in the Lions. They're a fun team this year.
Yeah.
If Goff doesn't show throw 4 interceptions, they got this thing in the bag.
Yeah, they should.
Yeah, you got Dan Campbell biting kneecaps off over there.
Yeah. Absolutely, and he's been doing it well.
Joking.
He really wasn't. So another interesting matchup here in the AFC, I'm sorry, is the Colts traveling to Cincinnati. Now, Cincinnati took one against Jacksonville last week, which I didn't see coming. I had picked Jacksonville for that one. The backup over there is slinging it. Dude's fighting. And I don't know. The Colts are riding with Minshew, and they've looked good. But I think I got to go to Cincinnati here. That backup's been pretty good, and the Cincinnati defense is no joke. Although they did get kind of run up a little bit off by Jacksonville.
Yeah, I mean, I think if Jacksonville had won that game, I'd feel a little more confident picking Indy. I am going Cincinnati on this one because they have looked good. They looked pretty good against the Steelers 2 weeks ago.
Right.
And then, they played one hell of a game last night or Monday night. And I tried to watch some of it, but the thing is, they still have a lot of the key pieces to make their offense work. They still have their, a pretty solid defense. So, keep it much like I was saying for Jordan Love at the beginning of the year. If they keep it simple for him, they're going to make it work.
Yeah. What do you think, Manny?
I think Zach Taylor is kind of a keep it simple kind of coach. So, yeah. Although with the Colts, I don't know. This is a real 50-50. What are you going with, Steve?
I'm picking Cincinnati. I think the Colts are going to be down Jonathan Taylor in this game.
So you guys are both Cincinnati, so I'm going Cincinnati then. That sounds good.
We'll just go full flush in Cincinnati because that defense is looking good and that backup is not looking bad either.
It's a coin flip game. Like I did not expect that kind of game from Cincinnati last night. So
nobody did.
That made me really question my beliefs there.
100%.
I thought they were just ready to go into the long night, Cincinnati.
No, but apparently
why
his backup is looking good.
Crazy.
Dude, if the dude puts together a couple more of these type of games, he might be playing himself into the starting role next year. So good for him. So Jacksonville go ahead and are traveling to Cleveland. This is a game I'm picking Jacksonville right now, but I'm going to monitor the Trevor Lawrence situation because that might be serious. And if he's out, I don't know who's the backup over there with Jacksonville. I don't even know.
Yeah, I think that if he's out, it's really hard to pick with them, and it's going to make an interesting time for the rest of their season if he misses any significant time. CJ Beathard came in when he went down, the backup for the 49ers a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
CJ Beathard was good with the 49ers.
Yeah, he did well with the 49ers, so I don't think they're a lost cause by any means, but that Cleveland defense.
Yeah. And Joe Flacco, the footsteps Joe didn't look terrible.
I don't know if they're going to be able to handle that defense with him as quarterback. And Joe Flacco is back. Yeah.
Dan loves Joe Flacco. He thinks he's elite, Manny. He's a guy from Maryland, so he gets the whole Joe Flacco being elite thing.
No. Did you see that he was the oldest quarterback to throw a touchdown for the Cleveland Browns?
Is that true?
Jesus.
I saw something like that. And the Cleveland Browns have had approximately 5 million quarterbacks, so that's saying something.
Good for him. Yeah. Elite. That's elite right there.
Elite. Maybe he's on the Tom Brady diet of water and avocados. So you never know. He looks a little rougher than Tom Brady, but you don't know. Maybe it's just on the outside.
Tell you, Dad. You don't get the eliteness of it all. Anyway, we'll move on to the Saints hosting the Panthers. Dude, the Panthers are terrible. Watching that game, God, they're bad. I think the Saints are going to be fine. I watched that game that they played against Detroit. Kind of watched the condensed version back. They battled back in that game. We kind of talked about it on Sports by Compian already. But man, they look good. They look decent, And Jameis Winston's going to get in there. It looks like, and I think he's going to sling it around on the Panthers. Good old J-Bo.
Eating some W's over there.
Dude, if they can register Taysom Hill as a wide receiver, running back, or tight end in fantasy football, he would be a fucking phenomenal option to pick up on. The guy he's so good. He just gets out there and just does stuff. They just throw it to him all the time. They're like, where's Taysom? He's 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Throw it to him anyway.
No, but with Taysom, it's only good when you sprinkle him in. If you have him all the time, not good.
They really pounded him against the Lions, and it was kind of working. I mean, they were stuffing it at points, but they just don't have any confidence in Derek Carr apparently. So they're just Taysom, get it there.
Also, you got Jameis that is the complete 50-50. He's like a wild card.
They just have no confidence in their quarterback. So just run wild card.
He could throw to Carolina the whole game. It would be a total upset.
Who knows?
I'm still going Saints, but you never know with Jameis. It's a complete roller coaster.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to it. What do you think, Dan?
Yeah, no, I'm going Saints still. Their defense, I think, will control this game. And I don't see Carolina putting much of a fight.
Agreed. I don't know who's picking the Jets for this game. Must be some loyal Jets fans.
Although Carolina never had that fired coach bounce back. What the hell?
No, they
every time you fire a coach, they win the next game. Not Carolina. They're just bad enough that they don't even do that.
Yeah.
Sad.
They did get close. They battled.
But I will say this, though. Week 2, when they played each other, the Saints only won by 3.
Yeah, that's right. It was pretty close, wasn't it?
They weren't even playing Jameis.
That's why, because Jameis didn't get in there. And now it's going to be a blowout for the Saints. They got this.
No way.
Dude, Jameis is the way, the truth, and the light. Let me tell you. All right. Anyway, moving on. So yeah, I don't know who's picking the Jets for this one. It must be Jets fans because I think Houston's going to roll in this one. That Jets defense is good, but I mean, how many 3-and-outs can you force before you get tired?
Kate's going to pick the Jets just because she doesn't care. But there's no hope there.
No, dude. CJ Stroud's looking good. That Houston defense is looking good. They lost Tank Dell, but they got other receivers. I think they'll be fine. Input on this one, boys? Or all right, cool.
All the way.
Moving on. So Baltimore is hosting the Rams. In some circumstances, maybe this could be a closer game, but I think Baltimore is just ridiculously scary right now. I don't see the Rams having too much of a chance in this one.
I'd like the Rams to give them a run for their money. Maybe they'll come out with some crazy game plan and blow their socks off. That'd be great. I'd love that.
That'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
I mean, here's my thing. And I've said this before. And I kind of was waiting for this to happen with the Ravens. Like, their defense is just beyond scary. Like, they're so good. But if it, like I said this the other week, if it wasn't for their defense, they probably would have lost that game to the Chargers because their offense was god awful. It happens every year that their offense will be humming, going along, somewhere through the mid part to late of the season. They fall off.
They just kind of forget.
Then they try to get it back together for the playoffs. And, are we heading into that point with their offense? Because, Matthew Stafford does have weapons. He's been looking pretty good lately.
He does have Kerryon Williams.
Defense. He can just hit Cooper Kupp for about 1,000 slants across the middle. I don't know.
Yep.
But I'm still going Ravens on this, but I'm a little surprised that this is at least showing as lopsided as it is. So
yeah.
Are you a Ravens fan, Dan?
No, not at all.
Not at all. Me neither. But I still think the Ravens are going to win.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got your team, Manny, the Minnesota Vikings traveling to the Raiders. I went back and forth on this one, but I think I am ultimately going with the Vikings. I think they're going to play Josh Dobbs, right?
So favored.
I was hearing about them benching Josh Dobbs, which just sounds absolute madness to me. And I might take back my pick. I might change my pick if they do that.
You need the Jostronaut or whatever they're calling.
Yeah, get the astronaut in there, dude.
Yeah, exactly. No, I have no idea, but I'm going with the Vikings. Why not?
The Raiders are a mess, man. O'Connell he looks okay, but I think that Vikings defense is legit, dude. So I think he'll be okay. Regardless of what happens on offense.
Coordinator. Yeah. The Vikings are the weirdest team. Like, they just didn't get the we're tanking memo. Like, not all of them. They weren't all on the same page with that. So some of them are playing hard. It's weird. Yeah.
That whole tanking thing, super overrated in my opinion. It turns out you have no idea where these good players are.
Turns out nobody can get their shit together to just do it.
Yeah, there's that too. Dan, do you have anything to say about this one?
No. As much as I think, as you said with the Panthers, how you see people that let their coach go and they have that new coach bump.
But they're on their third with Antonio Pierce now, so it doesn't count. You only get the one.
Yeah, exactly.
So I was saying, like, they went 2-0, and then they kind of came back to reality.
Exactly.
So,
now they're just another team. Everybody's figured them out.
We're back to normal.
Right.
Going Vikings on this one. They're it's gonna get ugly, I think.
I think the Vikings got that one. So the 49ers are hosting the Seahawks. I don't think this one's going to be close. I think the 49ers, well, you know what? It's a division rivalry. It probably will be close. But I think the 49ers are probably the best team in the NFL right now. So
I don't see much change. I don't see much changing from Thanksgiving. They won 31-13. They absolutely decimated the Eagles last week. The Seahawks played a phenomenal game against Dallas, and they looked really good. But the 49ers also decimated the Cowboys.
It's true.
So that's not a good barometer per se. I think things stay the same. 49ers win.
Manny?
Seahawks played good last week, but I'm still going 49ers. I don't believe in Geno at all. He's not a real quarterback. I never wrote him. I definitely never wrote him. I didn't miss him. I didn't even think about him while he was gone. He came back talking all this stuff. I didn't write him. It was never going to happen.
Who has time to send off all these letters? The Chiefs are hosting the Bills. As much as the Bills need this to be a win, I don't think they get it against the Chiefs, who just lost the game. They hate going 0-2, so I don't think they're going to do it. I don't think they're into that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Chiefs myself. I will say, I kind of wrote the Bills off a while ago.
Yeah.
But, I mean, they look so good against the Eagles. I didn't see that happening. They're also coming off a bye. So there is a little bit of how does that factor in? But I think, I've said this before on the show. How many times do you see Patrick Mahomes lose 2 games in a row?
Yep. I think we've all talked about it in the pick'ems before because the Chiefs have lost a couple games now, so we've had a chance to discuss it and how it doesn't really happen in the 0-2 business. But the other side of it is Josh Allen could really use a win against Patrick Mahomes. Like, I don't know how often he's beat him, but I bet it's not often.
Not that much.
I think pretty much the regular season, not when it matters.
Bummer. Well, anyway, Manny, any input on this? Are you taking Buffalo?
No, I'm also taking the Chiefs. Although I do like how Josh Allen plays football sometimes. I feel like he's still the big kid on the playground, and he's just total breakdown. Like they're telling him, do this crazy play, and he's like, no, I'm just going to do this.
I'm just going to run. Oh, look, there's a guy over here. I think the ball.
Sometimes it works just because nobody else knows what he's doing either.
Exactly. His receivers have learned to just adapt. They're like, what's going on? Okay, we're in crazy mode. Here we go.
Look, all right, maybe that's why they fired their offensive coordinator, because he's just running the offense himself at this point.
True.
Just doesn't listen to any play calls.
You remember that time last year where they just went throw every single play? They didn't run for 2 or 3 games at a time. It was like, what the hell are these guys doing? Remember this? Dable was the coordinator. I guess it wasn't last year, it was the year before. My bad. But craziness.
Yeah, that was that's because they had Singletary at running back. So never mind. We don't need to get this guy the ball. Although he's doing much better down there with Houston. But yeah, he was not impressive in Buffalo. Anyway, the Denver Broncos traveling to the Chargers. This is kind of a 50-50 game, as you can see from the pickings here. I think I'm going Denver. They're a little desperate for a win. I think I trust Zach Wilson and I trust Sean Payton more than I trust Brandon Staley. That's about it. Justin Herbert is a stud.
You have Justin Herbert, though.
They scored 6 points last week. Stanley has I don't know what's going on with that man. How are you this bad of a coach? But he scored 6 points. And so I'm got to go Denver here.
It's not even him. It's just the Chargers, man. Chargers going to charge.
Chargers are cursed, dude.
They really are.
I can't.
Chargers going to charge.
Yeah, dude.
I'm going to go Broncos on this. They've just been one of the hotter teams in the league. And as big of a pro Chargers guy as I've been all year, it's becoming very hard to back them.
It's hard, dude. We always pick them, and they sometimes win, but mostly not. It's a real bummer. We got
to keep it close. They're going to keep it interesting, but no, they're not going to actually win.
The TV loves them because they make for good ratings.
They really do. Yeah.
Hey, I love Justin Herbert. I hope they get a real coach in there and he can continue to live his life more successfully. So anyway, going back to my argument I had earlier about division rivals not getting swept, that's why I'm picking the Cowboys here. They were very close against Philly the first time these teams played. Now they get them in Dallas. I know Philly just lost. They also are one of those teams that hates going 0-2. But I think the Cowboys are hot, man. I think people might be underestimating them a little bit. Also because they hate them. So there's that.
I'm going Philly just because I know Corey's going to go Cowboys. So what the heck? Keep it interesting.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I mean, they played. It was a tight game last time. I'm going Eagles. I think they're gonna kind of get that wake up call in the locker room with how bad that last game was. But don't be surprised if the Cowboys win this thing.
Yeah, no, I think it's gonna be a really good one.
Surprised if they lose.
That's a proper Sunday night game right there. Good choices, NFL. Speaking of not so great choices, they got Miami hosting the Titans. Will Levis was frisky in that last game along with DeAndre Hopkins, but there's no way. So I'm definitely going Mr. Tyreek Hill himself, who nobody can cover apparently.
This one, 99% of people pick the Dolphins.
This is the biggest lopsided pick we've seen.
Whoa.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time I saw
who got more respect than that. So yeah, the Patriots got more respect. The Bears got more respect. Who else? Anyway, well, yeah, there was a couple. The Rams even. Oh, look, the Seahawks. The Seahawks also.
The Seahawks sinking down to 4%. Take that, Seahawks.
Losers. But yeah, no. Tennessee is the absolute lowest at 1%. A couple Tennessee fans are picking them. I think everybody else is going Dolphins.
Yeah, Dolphins.
Yep. Tua gonna do Tua stuff. We got Packers going to New York. Danny DeVito.
Oh, what are you doing over there?
DeVito. Oh, you
that ball.
Oh, what'd you do with your bye week? Oh. Anyway, I think
he
he's still
definitely
gonna
didn't
lose.
study.
He definitely wasn't studying enough. So he's gonna lose because the Packers are freaking hot right now, dude. I would not want to be playing them, and the Bucs will have to be playing them shortly. It's gonna suck. But either way, yeah, they are hot. I think they're gonna take care of business in New York. Maybe Jordan Love's that guy.
You guys think Jordan Love's the actual guy?
Maybe. I mean, the Packers don't seem to miss. Man,
yeah, full believer.
We were talking about these franchises who have been great and go on to losing. I was just giving shit to Dan about this here in Sports by Confidence. It's like, God forbid the Packers ever have a bad season. It's like, no, they're like 2-5. They were 2-5 at one point, and like I got so many Packers fans in my life that I was kind of happy about it. I was like, this is kind of nice. They're not so cocky now. This is great.
Yeah,
and then of course, here we are at 6-6, and they're hot again. It's like, yep.
Dude,
all right.
Some teams are just
stuff.
blessed with that.
Dude,
like they go from Favre to Rodgers. If Love is actually the guy, I'm gonna be like, what the F,
ridiculous,
man?
Dude.
That's
I mean,
crazy.
it will be good. Gutekunst will be over there patting himself on the back for taking that draft pick for sure.
Yeah, Gutekunst can kiss my ass. Yeah, Packers. Yeah, I'm not full-fledged out. We found our guy, but I didn't doubt him like a lot of people were at this point. I brought up on previous shows that Aaron Rodgers' first full season, he went 6-10, and everybody had to act like the world was falling when he took over from Brett Favre. You got to let things play out. So,
God,
you never know.
That's not the case. That would really not work out good for the Vikings. A whole nother freaking 12, 20 years of a decent quarterback.
You guys got Josh Dobbs. You got the astronaut. What do you mean? Scott signed to a 7-year guaranteed deal and just relive Kirk Cousins' part.
No, please. We got to get off the Kirk Cousins coaster. Come on. Oh.
Packers live forever, baby. Anyway, that's it for our pick'ems. We have now chosen our games. Oh, I'm sorry. Did you guys have any objections to the Packers winning that? Were either of you picking the Giants?
No, not at all.
Yeah.
This is a double Monday nighter. So both the Packers, Giants, and Titans, Dolphins is a double Monday nighter.
Yeah, I noticed that. Doubleheader on Monday Night Football, man. It's getting serious. We're getting to the end of the season. Playoff hopes are in the balance. What will happen? Week 14 coming up.
I'm going to go to sleep because it's past my bedtime. But
we appreciate you coming on.
Hard games. No, I'm talking about Monday night. There's no way I'm making it to 2 games. That's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, no, definitely not. Definitely not. I will also not be watching both games. That's crazy. But anyway, guys,
I fall asleep.
Yeah, Packers won for sure. Anyway, say hi to Danny DeVito for us, Dan, and thank you people for tuning in to Sports by Compian and sharing it with your friends and family as we know you do. Thank you to Manny for coming in once again, visiting our show. All you fine people, continue what you're doing. Sports by Compian. Out.